Get out of the rat race. Video 2. Here are some paths for getting out of the rat race. But first, how do you achieve the financial independence to begin to get you out of the rat race? The most important thing is to have an additional non-job income that exceeds your monthly expenses. The three most common ways to generate that income are entrepreneurship, real estate, or traditional investments. The first video that I made covered entrepreneurship. This video will cover the other two paths to escape the rat race, which are traditional investments and real estate. The most commonly prescribed path to escape the rat race is through traditional investments like stocks and bonds and mutual funds, or ETFs. This is how retirement has worked for generations. You amass a big enough nest egg during your working years and then slowly draw down on those savings after you stop working. At that point, you're literally getting paid to do nothing. The problem is we don't want to wait decades until we've saved enough. Two advantages of traditional investing. These so-called paper assets are accessible to just about everyone. Stocks and bonds and mutual funds and ETFs are also highly liquid, meaning you can buy and sell them quickly. And over the long run, they've historically performed very well, projecting 7 to 9% annual returns. That would be realistic, I think. One disadvantage of traditional investing is the years necessary to build your stake. And another is building equity with traditional investing takes either a lot of time or, as I said, a lot of money. The truth is, unless you have a wide margin in your personal finances, the gap between what you earn and what you spend, that is, there's no real way to shortcut building up that nest egg. Plus, should unexpected expenses pop up during retirement, your withdrawal rates and your assumptions can fall apart. High earners with relatively inexpensive lifestyles may be the best candidates for escaping the rat race with traditional investing. If you earn $300,000 a year, but only spend $50,000, this is a great option. Ignoring taxes, you can see how it would only take 5 years of profiting at $250,000 a year as a household to accumulate that $1.25 million you'd need to support your lifestyle retirement. If your work is tolerable, 5 years will fly by. And that assumes you're starting at zero savings today. On the other hand, if you make $50,000 a year and spend $49,000 a year, traditional investing is never going to get you out of the rat race. There's simply not enough margin there. Which brings us to option 3, real estate. I think escaping the rat race with real estate is more likely for ordinary people. I'll focus only on rental property investing. Real estate is appealing for its easy to understand business model. Buy a house, rent it out, pocket the difference between that rent and your monthly expenses. Repeat that until you got enough monthly cash flow to quit your job. A potential example would be buying 26 properties slowly, of course, and reaching a $15,000 a month cash flow. You could then retire and support your family on the income from this rental property empire. Invest with that future monthly cash flow in mind and use it to slowly start chipping away at your own living expenses. Advantages of real estate. There's many. Rental property investing can accelerate your climb to financial independence in several important ways. First, you can take advantage of leverage, that is, other people's money, that is, bank loans. And in contrast to traditional stock market investing described above, where $20,000 buys you $20,000 worth of stocks, that same $20,000 in a bank mortgage could be used as a down payment to buy $100,000 real estate. Then you can pay down that loan balance from the rental income you receive over the next 30 years. Another advantage of real estate is appreciation. Houses tend to cost more today than they did a generation ago. By owning those properties, you can capture this appreciation when you sell or borrow against the equity in your houses to fund future acquisitions. Third, being a landlord comes with several tax benefits, including the ability to write off your mortgage interest and even take depreciations on the buildings you own. Depreciation is complicated, but it's a big advantage. And finally, real estate can be a passive income stream once you have your tenants and your other relevant team members in place. There's, of course, an upfront one-time investment on any of these properties. Disadvantages of real estate. Home prices don't fluctuate as wildly as the stock market, but investing in physical assets takes more legwork and also means your cash isn't as liquid. You can't just press a button on your phone and sell a house when you need cash, like you could do with stocks. And although there are some creative ways to buy houses for no money down, real estate usually requires money to make money. That's my understanding from some experience. As a landlord, you'll also face vacancies. If the house sits empty, that erases any positive cash flow you were banking on. And repairs and maintenance, things like roofs and windows and toilets and water heaters. Nothing lasts forever, and it all costs money. Unexpected expenses like water damage, or foundations, etc. And tenant issues, bad tenants, trashing their houses. Your local real estate market also might depreciate for many possible reasons. You never know. It depends on where you live. Who is real estate investing's best candidates? The people I see having the best success with real estate are those who take a long-term view and are committed to operating multiple properties. If you can buy multiple properties in one location with economies of scale, that makes life easier than having only one house or having houses in different cities across the country. As your empire grows, you're better able to absorb a vacancy or an unexpected expense for one or two of your properties in a given month. For instance, if you've got a good monthly income coming in and you have one property causing trouble, you got the money to fix it. But just like traditional investing, real estate can and does allow escape from the rat race if you have the capital, patience, and fortitude to stay the course. Which is the best for you? Of course, it all depends on your interest and your starting point. These videos were inspired by the Side Hustle podcast.